I want you to come with me for a moment to a garden, late at night. The air is heavy. You can almost feel the fear. This isn't just a story. It's about what happens when character is put to the ultimate test. It's about promises, both made and broken, and about a kind of grace that shows up brightest when the pressure is almost unbearable. And it all kicks off with one of the most passionate promises a person could ever make. These are the words of the Apostle Peter. And I mean, this is it, right? This is peak human loyalty, just total devotion. It's a promise that was meant with every fiber of his being, a vow to stick by his friend no matter what. It's the kind of promise we all hope we'd have the guts to make and, the strength to actually keep.
So this first part of the story is really all about a massive contrast. It's about that gap between what we intend to do, our very best intentions, and a reality that we just can't see coming. It's that age-old conflict between our own willpower and a much deeper, kind of sobering truth about human nature.
Okay, what's so fascinating here is this collision between human confidence and, divine foresight. On the left side, you've got Peter and all the other disciples just passionately declaring their unbreakable loyalty. But on the right, Jesus isn't just making a prediction. He's seeing straight to the heart of the matter. He knows the weight of what's coming is going to be so crushing that their courage, as sincere as it is, just won't be enough. All right, so let's go to the place where all these promises are about to be seriously put to the test, the Garden of Gethsemane. And this place, it isn't just a backdrop, it's a crucible. It's a place that's designed to show what a person is really truly made of when everything is on the line. And the name itself tells you everything you need to know. Gethsemane literally means olive press. Think about that. This was a place where olives were brought to be crushed under this immense weight to squeeze out their valuable oil. And that is the perfect picture of the unimaginable spiritual and emotional pressure that Jesus was about to endure, a pressure so intense it would press out the very essence of who he was.
And right here, in his own words, wow, you see his raw humanity. He is not some stoic, unfeeling hero. He is in agony. He is overwhelmed, literally to the point of death, even asking his Father if there is any other way. And yet, right in the middle of all that terror, that's where the pivot happens. It's the moment of ultimate grace, a complete surrender to a purpose that was bigger than his own suffering. Okay, so we've seen Jesus facing this incredible pressure by submitting to it. But now, let's turn our focus back to the disciples. Let's see how all that human strength, all those bold promises, hold up when the fire is finally lit.
And the collapse, it's fast, and it is total. It all starts with a really simple request, stay awake and pray with me. But their strength just gives out, not once, but 3 separate times. And when the real crisis shows up with torches and swords, their exhaustion just boils over into pure panic. Their first reaction isn't prayerful support. It's clumsy, panicked violence. And that leads to the final, devastating outcome. Every single one of them fled. The collapse was absolute. This slide really says it all, doesn't it? After 3 years together, after all those promises, after every bold declaration, when the moment of truth finally came, the number of disciples who stood by him was 0. He was left completely and utterly alone. But you know what? Their failure is not the end of the story. In fact, it's what sets the stage for something so much deeper. So let's look at how Jesus responds to all of this, because it's in such stark contrast to the chaos and fear that's just swirling all around him. I mean, this is grace in action. It's a perfect study in opposites. Where they gave him sleep, he gave them understanding, saying the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Where they brought panicked violence, he brought radical healing, not for his friends, but for his enemy. And while they all scattered in fear, he just stood his ground in perfect peace, rooted not in panic, but in purpose. And this right here, this leads us to what is maybe the most powerful insight of all. The grace that Jesus showed. It wasn't just a reaction to their failure. It was proactive. It was a promise that was already there for them before they even messed up. And here it is, the stunning proof. Just notice the timing. He says this before they fall asleep, before they run away. In the exact same conversation where he predicts their total failure, he also promises their full restoration. You see, grace wasn't the backup plan, it was the plan all along, already waiting for them on the other side of their absolute worst moment. So what do we take with this from this night in the garden? I think it comes down to four simple things. First, grace isn't surprised by our weakness. It actually expects it. Second, real strength isn't about performing perfectly. It's about a steadfast love that holds on through failure. Third, real peace is possible, even when we're in the middle of our own personal storms. And finally, our darkest moments, they're never the end of the story. So that leaves us with this final thought. What if our failures, the moments we feel we're at our absolute worst, when our own strength is completely gone, what if they aren't the final word? What if they're actually the beginning? An opening, an invitation to experience a kind of grace that's far more powerful than our best efforts could ever earn.